Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to your reading. I'm Clarity Bay. I'm a psychic medium, and I'm dedicated to answering the questions that are most important to you. And in this reading, I'm going to tell you what he thinks you feel about him. His assumptions, what is he thinking that you're feeling? What's your attitude towards him? I will give you everything that Spirit gives to me and not leave anything out. Take one moment to click that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. This is how you can help to support my channel. If you also like to further support the channel, please click that super thanks button. It is that heart-shaped icon just below the video. Let's get into your reading. Take one moment and meditate here on the three piles and pick the one that calmly draws you the most. This would be 1, 2, and 3. And let's get straight into your reading. Hello, beautiful group 1, and welcome to your reading. I'm Clarity Bay. I'm a psychic medium, and I'm dedicated to answering the questions that are most important to you. And in this reading, I'm going to tell you what he thinks you feel about him. What are his assumptions? What are his thoughts? How does he think you are perceiving him? Just overall, his energy regarding you and your focus upon him. I will give you everything that Spirit gives to me and not leave anything out. Group 1, please take one moment to click that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. This is how you can help to support my channel. Also, if you like to further support the channel, please click that super thanks button. It is that heart-shaped icon just below the video. Let's get into your reading, Group 1. So let's see the card that you are naturally drawn to. So this is the Strength card here. So let's look at this. So with the Strength card, this is very interesting. Let's see your other card here. And this here is the King of Swords. Okay, this is how he thinks you are thinking. And I find this quite interesting, especially the King of Swords energy here, because this is about your intellect and how he feels. You know, he feels definitely very strongly about what you feel about him. That's for certain. But let's grab some more cards just to get, even more clarity here in your reading. Spirit, how does he think Group 1 feels about him, Spirit? How does he think Group 1 feels? And you have here the mind, a very strong confirmation here starting out within your reading, especially with the King of Swords energy here speaking on the mind and the mind card coming out. So I can clearly see here that he thinks that he is on your mind all the time. He thinks that you cannot stop thinking about him. But let's get some even more specifics here. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here celebration. Okay, so let's pull more cards. Quite interesting here with the celebration energy. Spirit, how does he think Group 1 feels about him, Spirit? What does he think? The Magician card. Quite interesting here. And you have the Ace of Swords. A very strong confirmation here. The Ace of Swords and the King of Swords energy. Just going to pull some more cards here and read your entire layout. Let's get more energy. He definitely thinks you're thinking about him nonstop 24/7. And you have here the Page of Wands energy. You also have the King of Wands energy. Very strong confirmation coming out with you here in your reading about this person and how he thinks you feel about him. Okay, so just straight off, he definitely thinks he's on your mind a nonstop, and you think about him 24/7. With the Strength card here, this energy here is definitely telling me that he feels as if you you love him. He feels as if you have unconditional love for him. But he feels like also that that you see him as very confusing at times, like he's wishy-washy. He's not consistent with the things that he say and do as well. With the strong earth energy here, I'm getting a Gemini energy here. This person could be a Gemini sun, moon, or rising, or even Venus and Gemini with the energy here, with the strong earth energy and the mind card here, simply because Geminis, they are ruled by the planet Mercury, and the planet Mercury is about communication, okay? And Geminis are very communicative, and they have a lot of their minds as well. They think a lot. They use their minds a lot. So that's a strong confirmation here in your reading. So yeah, he feels as if you think that he is a very confusing person. He does not keep his word. And with the celebration energy here, he feels like you want to get with him and celebrate, maybe go out, maybe hang out together, go on a date and just celebrate something. And some of you have messaged him or spoken to him about like getting together and maybe celebrating something. So this is a very interesting energy here. So also with the Page of Wands energy and the King of Wands energy, this is very strong fire energy here, representing creativity here. And specifically here with the Page of Wands energy, I am getting that he feels as if you want to work with him in some way as well, work with him on some sort of project. He feels like you think that he is like a perfect partner to create with, because I feel like maybe you have discussed with him a project that you have wanted to work on with him, and he's thinking about that. He's thinking that you really want to work with him on a creative venture. The King of Wands energy here, this is definitely clearly a strong confirmation that he feels and thinks that you think that he's very charming. He thinks that you feel that he's very charming. He's able to charm you in so many ways, and he knows it. And so that's exactly what he's thinking about that situation. Let's get more. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here, choose to see no faults. So yes, he thinks that, again, you love him a lot and you love him unconditionally. So this is a very strong confirmation here, especially with the energy that came out of moments ago with him feeling as if you do definitely love him unconditionally, especially with the Strength card here. This is what this is representing here. So I find it quite interesting that the Choose to See No Faults card is laid naturally here under the Strength card, which represents you loving him unconditionally. So he feels like although he does confuse you, he's back and forth with his movements, he's not consistent. He feels as if you definitely have unconditional love for him. Yes. And also here with the King of Swords energy, I can definitely see that he thinks that you think that he's very strategic in his actions, like he's very strategic when it comes to dealing with you. He thinks before he says things, and if he plans on talking to you or speaking to you at a later date, he's already thought about what he's going to say to you. So he's wondering if you actually know that, if you know that about him, that he strategically plans his moves when it comes to talking to you and actually dealing with you. So this is a very strong confirmation here in your reading. And also here with the Magician card, this energy here definitely tells me that This is the type of person that does like to, they like to play games quite a lot. And he feels as if you know that about him. You know that he does play games. He thinks about that. So let's get more energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, how does group one person think group one feels about him, Spirit? And you have here the Page of Swords coming out twice in your reading, 2 different decks, group one. So the Page of Swords here and the Page of Swords here. So yes, he definitely feels as if he thinks you're spying on him as well. He also thinks you are gossiping about him. So he feels like you're spying on his social media. Maybe you're tapping his phone calls or recording his phone calls. He thinks you're spying on him as well. So yes, let's get more. Thank you, Spirit. This guy definitely feels as if he's very important in some way to you. I'm getting very strong air energy here, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. There's also some very strong fire energy as well. And I'm sensing like Sagittarius or Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or even Venus in these placements as well. So let's get more. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here the 3 of Cups. So see, yes, this is celebration energy here. So you see here, you have celebration and you have celebration here with the 3 of Cups energy. This guy feels as if you really want to hang out with him and celebrate with him and get with him and kind of like, just turn up. This is how he thinks you feel. Well, let's get more energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, how does he think group one feel about him? And you have here Don Juan. This is a very strong confirmation here because we got the information earlier that he thinks you feel that he's very charming here. And with the Don Juan energy here, yes, he thinks that you feel he has very seductive qualities, but really I'm getting the energy that you feel as if he uses like the power of attraction, the power of his romantic attraction, for his personal agendas, for like his private agendas, mainly like manipulation, control. That's how you actually feel. That's what you actually think about him and his charming ways. But he thinks that you see him in a very positive, seductive way. So group one, this does conclude your reading. I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. If it does, please take one moment to leave a comment below, because I do love reading your comments, you guys. They definitely warm my heart and make my day. Also, take a moment to click that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. And if you'd like to further support the channel, please click that super thanks button. It is that heart-shaped icon just below the video. Group one, I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hello, beautiful group 2, and welcome to your reading. I'm Clarity Bay. I'm a psychic medium, and I'm dedicated to answering the questions that are most important to you. And in this reading, I'm going to tell you how he thinks you feel about him. What are his assumptions? What does he think you feel? Do you like him, not like him? Just what is going on about him and his perception and thoughts about you. I will give you everything that Spirit gives to me and not leave anything out. Group 2, take a moment, click that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. Also, if you'd like to further support the channel, please click that super thanks button. It is that heart-shaped icon just below the video. But group 2, let's get into your reading and let's find out, how does he think you feel about him? So I can see here that you are naturally drawn to the King of Cups card. And this is definitely quite interesting here, because the King of Cups, this is definitely representing, like, your emotional state, how he's perceiving your emotional state. He thinks that you feel kind of like you have empathy for him, like you feel sorry for him. But let's see your other card you're naturally drawn to. And this is also the Queen of Swords energy. So this is very strong air energy here with the King of Swords energy, but representing your intellect, of how he is perceiving your mind, the Queen of Swords energy. But this energy is definitely telling me that he thinks that you are feeling as if he's definitely self-sufficient right now, or becoming more self-sufficient. So maybe he's been telling you something like he's got a job or he's doing better in his business. But let's get more clarity here. Spirit, how does he think group 2 feel about him, Spirit? How does he think? You have the King of Swords here. This is quite interesting. 3 top cards already in your reading. You have the King of Swords, the King of Cups, and also the Queen of Swords. So yeah, definitely representing him feeling as if he knows what's on your mind for sure. He feels these feelings are for certain what he's thinking. He feels like what he's thinking is the truth when it comes to your feelings for him. And the King of Swords energy here, he feels as if you think that he is a very strategic in his moves, like he's making plans, he's thinking out things thoroughly now. And so let's get more. Thank you, Spirit. And to have here the Page of Pentacles, which is very strong earth energy, very interesting. You have here the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Page of Pentacles energy and this very strong earth energy here, yes, so this person actually could be a Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or even Venus in Taurus. This also could represent your placements as well, with him getting with this energy. I have a lot of strong air energy as well, so this person could definitely be a Libra, Aquarius, or even a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or even Venus in these areas. So very strong earth energy, very strong air energy here. But with the Page of Pentacles energy, this energy here is definitely telling me that he thinks that you're focused on how he's making money, how he's raising money, how he's taking care of himself. Is he, becoming more self-sufficient? He feels like that's what you're thinking about. And the 4 of Pentacles energy here, let's just move the cards over for one moment. The 4 of Pentacles energy here is about, he also feels as if you think he's a very greedy. Maybe there were some past discretions that went on between you two, but he feels as if you think he's very greedy in some aspect. But let's get more energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, how does he think group 2 feel about him, Spirit? You have participation here That's interesting. And you have fighting. Okay, so you have participation and fighting. Okay, so with these two energies here coming out together, this tells me that he thinks that you want to maybe connect with him or link up with him in some sort of way. I'm getting like a family dynamic as well. Maybe you want to participate in like a family gathering. But with the fighting energy here, he feels as if you definitely have your boundaries up and you are persistent with your boundaries. You don't trust him, and you are fighting as much as you can when it comes to like avoiding him and staying away from him. But let's get more. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit. What does he think group 2 feels about him, Spirit? What does he think, Spirit? And you have here the Page of Swords. So yes, a very strong earth energy. King of Swords, Page of Swords. I find it quite interesting that the Page of Swords laid naturally here under the King of Swords. Very strong earth energy here. But with the King of Swords energy, yeah, he thinks that you think he premeditates things. You know, he premeditates his actions, and he premeditates his thoughts. Like before he contacts you or texts you or calls you, he thinks that you feel he's very premeditative with his actions and his thoughts here. So let's get more. He feels as if you definitely do not trust him. Let's get more. You have here Judgment, yes. So with the Judgment energy, I can clearly see here that definitely this person gave you reasons to not trust him, and you definitely do not trust him at all. But the Judgment energy here is about a wake-up call that you were presented with while dealing with him. There was something that definitely woke you up as to his true character and his true nature. And he feels as if you're thinking about that all the time. But let's get more. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, what does he think group 2 feels about him, Spirit? What does he think, Spirit? And you have here the King of Wands. Okay. Definitely quite interesting here. Lots of top cards here coming out in your reading. Page of Pentacles, King of Swords, King of Cups, Queen of Swords, Page of Swords, Judgment, and the King of Wands. So this is definitely a very strong confirmation, strong energy, vibrational frequency here with your reading. So with the King of Wands energy here, this is definitely telling me that he thinks you feel like he's definitely very charming, and that you see him as very charming, and that you think, you know, maybe he will get in a relationship because he's charming. He says things like this, like, group 2 knows I'm charming. She feels I'm charming. I can have anyone that I want because she knows I'm charming. That's how he thinks. That's definitely how he thinks. And it's a very strong fire energy here as well. Let's get more. Thank you, Spirit. Yes, here you have the 10 of Swords, and this represents a divorce, a breakup, a bad breakup, a separation here. So he thinks that you are definitely still thinking about the divorce, the bad breakup, the separation. He thinks that's heavily on your mind. He doesn't think that you regret it, but he thinks that you think about it a lot. And he thinks that you feel like it's his fault for the divorce, for the breakup. With the 10 of Swords energy here. Yes. And he definitely feels as if you were very hurt by it, that like the relationship came to a very painful ending. So let's get more. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get more. Walk each other home. So yes, with the walk each other home energy, he definitely thinks that he feels as if you had an ideal about the relationship being, you know, the type of relationship that could last forever. And he feels as if you, even if you don't call him that much, whenever you do contact him or he gets in contact with you, he feels as if you really regret the relationship breaking up, and that you think about you and him and being in this romantic relationship. But this is clearly not a romantic person at all. This is actually a person that hides their feelings, and because they don't want to be vulnerable. But let's get more energy. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here liberation. So yes, he feels as if with the, this is a shadow energy here. He definitely feels as if you're definitely trying to purposely free yourself from him and free yourself from, you know, negative thought patterns. He knows that you have been doing something different in your life, like meditating, focusing on yourself even more, grounding yourself, and even just really going within. But also, he feels as if you definitely have been ignoring him on purpose and purposely trying to stay away from him and stay out of his just basically stay out of his energy field. Like you don't even want to talk to him on the phone. I feel like most of the time you have him blocked and you don't even know when he calls. But yes, this is definitely how he is feeling. So group 2, this does conclude your reading. I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. If it does, please take one moment to leave a comment below, because I do love reading your comments. Also, take one moment to click that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. If you'd like to further support the channel, please click that super thanks button. It is that heart-shaped icon just below the video. Group 2, I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hello, beautiful group 3, and welcome to your reading. I'm Clarity Bay. I'm a psychic medium, and I'm dedicated to answering the questions that are most important to you. And in this reading, I'm going to tell you how he thinks you feel about him. What does he think you feel? What is his assumptions? Just his overall energy and his perception of how you view him. So group 3, I will give you everything that Spirit gives to me and not leave anything out. Please take one moment to click that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. Also, if you'd like to further support my channel, please click that super thanks button. It is that heart-shaped icon just below the video. Group 3, let's get into your reading here. You are naturally drawn to the King of Wands card. And with the King of Wands energy, this is representing a very strong fire energy here. This is also representing him feeling as if He thinks that you think he's very charming, okay? Very kind of, you know, seductive in a way, but definitely charming. Also here, you're naturally drawn to the Six of Swords energy, which is quite interesting here. Because with the Six of Swords energy, this here is representing him feeling as if you want to move away from him, to definitely relocate in a different area, or just relocate in general, and just move away, even metaphorically, move away mentally and spiritually, but just start over and move away. So let's get more energy here. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, what does he think? Group 3 feel about him. Spirit, what does he think? And you have here postponement. Yes, quite interesting energy. Let's get more. You also have existence. Okay, let's pull a few more cards here to get even more clarity. Spirit, what does he think? Group 3 feel about him. Spirit, you have here the Page of Cups energy here. Yes, he thinks that you feel he is like this Don Juan type of guy. Let's get more. You have here Judgment. Okay. I'm going to pull a few more cards just to get an even clearer picture here. But I can see that this guy's definitely, he's definitely kind of full of himself. He thinks you're into him more than you actually are. Let's get more. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here the Fool energy. You also have the Ace of Pentacles. So yes, this is becoming even more clear here. Okay, so let's start up here with the postponement energy. He definitely feels as if you are holding back from him. You don't want him to know how you truly feel. He feels like you are holding some news from him as well, that you are postponing connecting with him, getting together with him. You don't want to see him at all. That's what he's thinking. With the existence card here, this is about him feeling as if you are trying to just cut him completely out of your life, to live as if, you know, you never met him in a sense. And he's very worried about that. He's very pained about that. The Page of Cups energy here, again, is representing how he's really full of himself. He feels like you definitely think he's very charming, alluring, very seductive. With the Judgment card here, he thinks you definitely judge him too much. Like you pick out his faults. And you correct him on the things that he do that are obviously wrong. You definitely correct him, and you by correcting him, you have him look at himself, and he doesn't like that at all. Doesn't like that at all. The Fool energy here. The Fool energy definitely tells me that he, it's funny, he feels as if you may consider giving him a new chance. You may consider giving him a new chance. He's not sure though. He's definitely not sure, but he thinks you may consider giving him another chance. And on the flip side of that, he thinks that you think he's like one of the biggest fools to ever exist, because he definitely dropped the ball with you. Because you're definitely really loyal to him, Group 3. And he thinks that you think he's a fool. And also here with the Ace of Pentacles energy, He feels as if you are wondering if he's making money, if he has a income coming in. He thinks that you are wondering how he's taking care of himself as well, represented here with the Ace of Pentacles energy. Let's get more. Thank you, Spirit. Let's grab more. Spirit, what does he think group 3 feel about him? What does he think, Spirit? And you have here the Ace of Swords energy. Very strong air energy representing the mind. Quite interesting how the Ace of Swords energy laid naturally under the 6 of Swords card here. So he is heavily thinking about how you feel about him. And the Ace of Swords energy here is telling me that he's wondering if you are still conflicted by your interactions with him. Because I can see that this guy definitely was very confusing in his ways, his dealings, his movements. And he is thinking that you are definitely conflicted. There is an ongoing and a current conflict between you two. Even if it's not physically, it is definitely a vibrationally. I am getting a very strong air energy here in your reading with this person. Could be a Libra, Gemini, or even Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising energy here. And a strong fire energy as well. Could be a Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And that's because you were drawn naturally here to the King of Wands energy. And these placements could be in the Sun, Moon, or Rising signs, or even in the Venus placements as well. Yes. So let's get more. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here the 8 of Pentacles. Yes. So yes, he's thinking that you are feeling as if he's enjoying his work, because he's reporting to you that he's enjoying his work. He's doing this, he's doing that, and he thinks that you feel he's definitely enjoying his employment. But that is far from the truth. So let's get more. Thank you, Spirit. You have here the Moon energy, a very strong confirmation here in your reading about how he thinks you feel about him, because the Moon definitely represents our emotions. And with the Moon energy, he feels as if you are definitely listening to your intuition when it comes to him. He feels as if you definitely do not trust him. And the Moon energy is clearly telling me that he knows that you, when it came to dealing with him, there were unseen problems in the beginning. And he knows that you know this now. And you are definitely being very conscious about how you continue the relationship dynamic with him. Let's get more. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here companion. Okay, so with the companion energy, this definitely is about him feeling as if you definitely feel very betrayed by him, and that he misused your trust, and that you basically lost respect for him because you were loyal and very unselfish and selfless with him, and unselfish, and he was just the opposite. So group 3, this does conclude your reading. I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. If it does, please take one moment to leave a comment below. I do love reading you guys' comments. They definitely warm my heart and make my day. Also, take a moment to click that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. That is how you can help to support my channel. If you like to further support the channel, please click that super thanks button. It is that heart-shaped icon just below the video. Group 3, I am sending you lots of love and good energy.